Thanks for streaming with us. We really appreciate it. I've got some bad news. Earlier the first 3 weeks of the month were really hot. We had just a little bit of a break. Well, we're going right back to where we started from. So let me show you the maps here. This morning, by the way, didn't it feel refreshing? I'll show you the low temperatures. I believe we got down to 58 or 59 degrees, which is really, really nice. But we're going to see a high today in the low 90s, and then from there we just keep kind of going up, and it is going to be hot. So, all right, let's do a recap. Let's take a look at how the month of May 2022, how it has been shaping up. You notice the first 3 weeks, basically, we had one day that wasn't, but the first 3 weeks we had temperatures way above average and above average. So far this month, we've only had 4 days, that's it, with temperatures below average. We've had 21 above, and we've hit 100 degrees 5 times. So where does that put us when we look at 2022 compared to other years? Well, with this little cool snap we had, if we can call it that, cool snap over the last 3 or 4 days, the average maximum high, if you were to take all the highs all month, divide them by however many days we've got, 25 now, you come up with 94. Before it was 95, so it's actually come up, but I think we're probably going to go right back close to 95, and then it's going to be way higher than the second place, 1989. So, I mean, not only will 2022 go down in the record books as the hottest in South Texas, but it's going to beat it by a long shot, I think. And so just really hot temperatures out there. All right, before we go any further, let me say hi to some folks. Maggie, hi, how are you? Yvonne, thanks for streaming with us. Jose, Chris, how are you? Pete has already got a question right off the bat. Pete says, is there any more rain? He just gets right to the point. I might as well just forget about the rest of this and go right to it. Not much. I really don't think so. Next week, we'll have more humidity. We'll have kind of a favorable pattern, but I just don't see any real widespread beneficial rain, at least for the next 10 days or so. So we're right back kind of where we started the early part of May. Thank goodness we did pick up some rain over the last several days, right? And Charlie, hi, how are you doing? Nick, Christopher, boy, we got a lot on today. Again, I just thank everybody for streaming with us this morning. All right, it's 82 degrees, wind southwesterly 11. And I want you to look, it's 82 now, but look where we started. We started off at about 59 this morning. Bernie 52. Kerrville got into the 40s this morning, believe it or not. 49 degrees. Fredericksburg got down to about 52, and Rock Springs 59. So lots of 50s to go around. Don't get used to it though. Oh no, let's see. There we go. Sorry, hit the wrong button. Don't get used to it though, because it's going to be hot today. Highs in the low 90s, around 92. Lots of sunshine, and temperatures will cool off into the 80s this evening. This evening will be nice. Now, usually we had been seeing some breezy conditions, and that helps when it's hot. Today, winds are going to be real light. I'll show you that here in just a second as well. Just taking a look across the area, not a cloud in the sky out there. High temperature 82. Cotulla's coming in at around 85 already. George West 84. Look at Floresville and Pleasanton, 85 degrees, both locations. Hallettsville at 85 degrees. So just warming up. You know what? I could go back to that. Let me go back, and I'm going to try something on the fly here. I'm just going to try and take a look. All right, first thing that pops into my mind right here, and I haven't seen the rainfall amount so far this spring, but it almost to me looks like there might be a deficit from Hallettsville to Pleasanton. That's why those areas are warming up faster than the rest. Of course, you've got the hill country, and the hills kind of, elevation and everything kind of helps a little bit. 79 Bernie, Fredericksburg 79. But from Cotulla to Pleasanton to Floresville to Hallettsville, I've got to look at that. I've got to see if the rainfall deficit has been really great there. Not just the deficit, but the overall rain, because a lot of times temperature is just a function of how dry the soil has been. All right, just to kind of throw that in. I saw that, and I've noticed it when we were in our last heat wave, what was that, last week? That those areas warmed up faster than anybody else. So kind of interesting. All right, I talked about how we'd have light winds today, 5-10 miles an hour, lots of sunshine. So when that happens, the car exhaust and all the exhausts and everything, when you have light winds where it won't mix out, you get a buildup of ozone. So it's one of those days today we call a air quality health alert. And if you're sensitive to the air quality, you may want to limit your time outdoors. All right, real quick, let's take a look outside to all across the country. We got a big upper level low kind of centered over Missouri. And you know, you can just dissect those. Is that or bisect? Dissect. Anyway, split it in half. The eastern half of that upper level low across the Ohio Valley, the deep south, very humid, just pulling up that moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. On the backside, well, it's a lot drier, and so you get drier conditions, just perfect. And if I show you, let me show you on this map. This is kind of easier to see. This is the flow in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. And when you have a trough like that, a kind of U-shaped feature, the one that's right there from Missouri to Louisiana, good things happen here in South Texas when we have that. That means rainfall. But I want you to notice we're going to slip right back into our old habit. Upper level ridge of high pressure builds across Texas Friday, Saturday, into Sunday. Not the strongest, but it doesn't have to be that strong. And then Monday, the ridge just kind of noses in. It's going to be centered mainly over Kentucky and Tennessee. It's going to be hot there. But see that little nose into Texas? I think we're just going to be limited on moisture, and so it's going to be hard for us to see rain. Now, Tuesday, I'm going to throw in a 10% chance. But, I mean, looking at this computer model, I mean, that's almost wishful thinking, 10% chance. And then on Wednesday, notice that high just wants to be very persistent, doesn't give the Gulf a chance to really open up and give us a chance for rain. So maybe a 20% chance for Wednesday, Pete. Here's your answer, by the way. And then Thursday, I doubt. But now we get into a northwest flow kind of a thing. But it doesn't last very long. And then guess what? The ridge builds right back in 4th and 5th. So just doesn't look very good as far as rainfall. I want you to look down to the south here. I can't move my map, but you notice how I've got the rainfall on here with the mid-level pattern. And the computer models for the first part of June have been just insistent that some kind of a tropical system will develop in the Caribbean. You know, it's a long way out, and so you got to just use that with a grain of salt, but I have definitely noticed that. I don't think it's any threat to the Gulf really necessarily, but I guess my point is hurricane season should be a pretty active one. Could see even up to 21 named storms, which is a lot, and that's partly because of La Nina. Going to be fairly active, and so that helps to keep the wind shear at a minimum. So I think hurricane season, there's a chance it could start early. High temperature today, low 90s. Tomorrow morning, we will likely have some clouds down to the south. I'm gonna say partly cloudy skies for us in the morning, but definitely if you're watching from southern locations, I think you probably will start off with some clouds. You'll end up with lots of sunshine, high temperatures in the mid 90s tomorrow. And then as we head into Saturday morning, perhaps a little brief cloud cover in the morning, and then sunshine in the afternoon, and again, high temperatures in the mid-90s for Saturday. Sunday, mid-90s, Monday, mid-90s. I don't want to give away the 7-day, but that's the way it looks to me. And then, if you look at the rainfall, this is all the way through June 3rd. Is that the farthest I can go? It's it, 5 100s. We're back to not much of a chance for rain, and we're back to a lot of heat, unfortunately. I know. Just a messenger, and this is the way I see the forecast panning out. Yeah. So this is the new drought index, comes out on Thursday. Notice the extreme drought, and this is even though we did pick up some rain, has expanded, and the exceptionals kind of shifted a little bit, but really has expanded into the hill country quite a bit. And you know those areas that I was talking about earlier, from Cotulla to Pleasanton, Gonzales, yeah, has been fairly dry. Now I know what you're saying. You're probably at home going, well, hold on, the hill country's been dry and they weren't as hot in that example. Yeah, I know. Hill country, it's a little different when you get there in the hill country there. Okay, anyway, aquifer 646.4. went up just a little bit. So, you know, we picked up that rain across the area, half an inch, 2 inches in some areas. And so the aquifer went up. I think it's already stalled and will likely start dropping again. And we're about 20 feet below where we should be for this time of the year, unfortunately. Mold is moderate, grass is light, 30 grains per cubic meter. All right, before we get to the 7-day, which everybody came for, just want to say hi to a few more folks out there. Wow, we do have a lot here. I can't even get to the end here. Jessica, hey, I'm looking to see if there's any questions here. Oh, Paul Garcia says thanks. Thank you, Paul. Great first name. Kind of rare these days, right? David's asking, is there any pigweed in the air? And no, this is the latest pollen count. It just came out this morning. And so they didn't detect, of course, we don't do the pollen count here. There's only one location, I think, in town, but no pigweed. And let me see if there's one more question here. Nope, don't see another one, but I do appreciate everybody being with us today. All right, here's your 7-day. High today, 92, despite the low. We started off in the upper 50s. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The only way I can say it is mostly sunny skies, hot, mid-90s, just a kind of a typical Memorial Day weekend, maybe a little hotter than normal. And Monday, I think, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Now, there will be a breeze Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and so that may help the heat a little bit. But Friday and Saturday are just going to be scorchers, I think. As we head into next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's my measly 10 to 20% chance of rainfall for Tuesday and Wednesday. And notice how the temperature comes down, 92, 92. It's just a function of the humidity. It's going to feel like the mid-90s and maybe even better than that. So, I mean, it's just going to be hot. This May 22 hot weather just continues to roll on. So stay hydrated, plenty of shade, sunscreen, you know the drill. All right, I've got the noon show today, so thankfully you will watch. And then we've got the 4, 5, 6, and 10. Watch, I think it's Bill tonight. And then I'll be back tomorrow morning. And I will also be back tomorrow to do the streaming. So we do appreciate you streaming with us. Thanks a bunch. And find a good shady spot and have something cold to drink. All right, we'll see you later.